We are on the air. It is 8 p.m. Eastern time. And with me at, I guess it's what, 6 p.m. Mountain time, Chris, right? You're out in Denver?
Yes, sir.
All right. So my cohort, Chris, is all the way out in Denver, Colorado. But Chris, welcome. How's everything going, man?
Oh, things are going great. Signing people. Just signed somebody up a few minutes ago, Rick Deakins. So
Nice.
hopefully
Nice.
Rick is out there watching under Kathy Kessel Bradley.
Excellent.
So
Excellent. Yep. Little by little, that whole sense of urgency, I think, is really starting to take hold. I think even our conversations now are starting to have that urgency to it that we're saying, hey guys, great opportunity. It's that Bitcoin replay, but it's not going to go forever like Bitcoin does. There's only so many people that are allowed to mine it, and once we run out of those, we're going to be the ones mining. Everybody else is going to be standing by. You'll still be able to buy and sell, Texit Coin. We certainly hope you do that, but the opportunity to mine and really make that great money and take advantage of it, don't wait, guys, because if I know procrastinators like myself, you'll end up cursing this one like you did Bitcoin, that you didn't make it when it was ready. So nonetheless, so listen, guys, this is our second webinar. We're going to try and start getting some structure to these. One of the things that we're going to want to be doing moving forward is a little Bitcoin news or crypto news, not necessarily Bitcoin news, but some crypto news, because there is a lot of crypto news out there. I actually saw something in the news today, and it was an interview with Eric Trump, actually, and he started a company called American Bitcoin, but something he said that was really fascinating regarding stable coins. And the conversation is that, prior to the alternative currencies, prior to the cryptocurrencies, everybody wanted to uh, use the US dollar, right? It's the reserve currency around the world. Everything is pegged against the dollar. And, there's been some attempts to go in different directions, but at the end of the day, everybody comes back to the US dollar. That's the one that everybody wants to be in bed with. Well, with these new stable coins now that are coming out, and of course the USDC and all of these, one of the tactics behind this that's behind the push that the government's doing to get this stable coin out there is people overseas that want to do business in US dollars and want to take advantage of that stable opportunity, whereas their local currencies, I remember growing up, Chris and I both grew up down in Panama, and Latin America in the 80s was hyperinflation everywhere, where you pay $10 for a loaf of bread today, and tomorrow it was $13. And it was just ridiculous how you totally lost value of your currency. And that was one of the driving factors behind these alternative currencies, behind these cryptocurrencies. And so as companies and countries start linking themselves to the stablecoin, the US dollar stablecoin, it's going to cause more transactions to be done on that platform, which, in turn ends up, as we know with these cryptocurrencies in a lot of situations, ends up mining. Now, where I look at that and say, how does that help us here at Texit Coin? Well, it's that general acceptance of the cryptocurrency used in a general fashion for everyday transactions, the same way debit and credit cards started to get used every day, 15, 20 years ago, right? Used to be credit cards. If you had plastic, it was a credit card. It wasn't a debit card. And all of a sudden, it got to the point where, remember looking at people at the grocery store when they whip out a checkbook and you're like, what are you doing? you know Currencies evolve, and the way we exchange and buy and sell things evolve. And so, this is where Chris, when he reached out to me, this is what we had a good conversation about. And Chris mentioned that. He says, look, this is not going away. The digital currencies are here to stay. The opportunity is, can you get in early? Right. And that's what we want to be looking at here. So a couple other things real quick in the news here. Bitcoin and Ethereum had a huge rally today because they've been dropping, kind of like Texit Coin has. It kind of did a bit of a correction, but as you can see on the ticker up there, they are starting to recover again and move there. Another crypto company out there is called World Liberty Financial. They are launching a crypto debit card, so that you can make everyday purchases using crypto. So again, getting into that mainstream acceptance, being able to use your cryptocurrency to buy and sell goods at stores and whatnot. So this is a great move to, again, bring this to that mainstream. Let's see here. Tether to launch a U.S. compliant stablecoin, USAT. So again, these stablecoins are starting to take hold. I think these are going to be the ones that are going to make crypto mainstream when it comes to using currency, because some people may be afraid of dipping into this crypto world because of the fluctuations. You know, you buy into a currency and all of a sudden it drops and you lose your all your money. Whereas with these stable coins, you have that safety, but again, you're safeguarding your money that it doesn't end up going in the wrong hands. So, Central Asia's first crypto investment fund opened up in Kazakhstan. So, way to go, Borat and those guys are now doing currency as well. Um, Whales are scooping up WorldCoin, Pump.Fun, and Mantle. So there's some other alternate coins that are going up there. That's an interesting thing here. Chris, what did you tell me that was one of the advantages of Texit Coin when it came to avoiding these whales and this type of movement of the pricing?
All right. Well, the beauty of Texit Coin is there are no whales because everybody is limited on how many mining nodes or seats they can buy. And so, and I won't go into the specifics of that. Essentially, it's you can buy in at 9 and you get a couple of free ones. There's ways to accumulate more. One great way is to do it the way we're doing it, which is to get free ones by signing other people up.
Yes.
But that's how you build your mining uh, operation, I guess. It's not by coming in with millions of dollars and
Right.
taking over Texit Coin and then throwing your weight around. So nobody can do that here. We're kind of all equal or very close to equal in the eyes of Texit Coin.
Sure. And that's that beauty of that whole crowdsourcing concept and part of that decentralized mechanism that says, wait a minute, those that are involved in the community are the ones that are dictating, you know, where it's being used and things of that nature. So it really makes it a really special opportunity for us. But a couple other things real quick in the news. Looks like XRP could break out if ETF approvals land. So apparently there's some things going on with the SEC and some new regulations here that may be pivotal to more access to these currencies. And again, mainstreaming, which is really our goal at this point, is we want these to become mainstream at some point when the opportunity runs out to become a miner for Texit Coin. What we want to do is see more of it being used, more of the transactions there, because ultimately each transaction, as we briefly learned last week through the blockchain, in order for that transaction to be finalized, in order for me to buy goods off of Chris and send him, you know, Texit Coin or whatever cryptocurrency, it has to go through that verification process, which is the actual mining process. And once one of these computers figures out that long string, that password, that secret code or whatever, they then verify that transaction, put it on the blockchain, and they earn the coin for that, for their work, which is that what they call proof of work. So the more we're getting this usage of the coin, once the mining line is over, then it's a matter of just continue to use Texit Coin, continue to use it, put more transactions into the blockchain, which in turn puts out more coins for us and hopefully increases the value. So, really interesting stuff in the crypto world going on now. And yeah, Chris.
Just a quick comment there. I'm actually hoping our guest will weigh in on that because she may know more than I do on this, being a Texas Ranger. But I believe that the next phase now, even though now they are actively working at getting retailers, businesses in Texas and local communities to accept Texit Coin as a currency, the next really big push, or one of them, is going to be to get it accepted as widely as possible as a no kidding currency, putting the currency back in cryptocurrency, as I like
Right.
to say, in Texas and then eventually across the country. In not so much crypto news, but in Texit Coin news, here shortly, they're about to have ads in, I don't even know where I saw it, LAX and
Yes,
various other places across the country. So they are really no kidding going nationwide. Last week you mentioned they're already advertising in Florida.
sure
So
are.
this is slowly but surely, it's just getting bigger and bigger. And we want more and more adoption, and that's what's going to drive up the price for all of us miners. So
Well, and the NHL season's getting ready to kick off here shortly, and they just announced that
big
they're
announcement.
a sponsor for the Dallas Stars. So you'll start seeing that Texit Coin logo. Watch the hockey games and make sure you point it out. Maybe throw it out on social media. Let people know that these guys are real. This type of advertising, it seems crazy as to why are they putting billboards out in highways and airports and all these different places, but you know there's, like we learned last week, there's 35,000 currencies out there, cryptocurrencies. And so what differentiates us from some of the other ones out there, some of the fly by night operations, is things like this. It's not cheap to be an advertiser, a sponsor for a professional sports team. And so that is something that's done by somebody that has reached a certain level of legitimacy and just operational success. And it's not just the Dallas Stars. There's quite a few of them, which but I'm gonna save that here for our guest, because yes, Chris is absolutely right. We have a guest that's joining us, somebody else that's from Florida, someone that's one of the Floridians in the Texit opportunity here from the Southwest Florida area. So when Chris turned me on to this opportunity, he sent me a link to a Zoom call. And he said, listen to this. There's a lot of people on here. Most of them are from Texas, but there's a couple of Floridians on there. And listen to their stories, and you'll see why this is such a great opportunity. And so, and I did, I've done this before with other, opportunities. So I said, well, let's listen and see what's going on there. And immediately I was listening, and Shar came on and told us an amazing story. And I thought, wow, this is more than just an opportunity to make some money on some crypto. There's some life-changing opportunities here, and some real special meanings to this. So without further ado, Shar Prendergast, welcome to our weekly webinar here. Glad to have you on.
Hey,
Thank
Shar.
you. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Chris. And
Nice to
Will,
meet
nice to
you.
see you again. You guys are awesome. Doing a great job here. I have to
And
tell
we're
you.
having fun. We're having fun doing it. It's
We are
it's a learning experience, and we're growing. But we get a lot more legitimacy when we have somebody like yourself on that's been doing this and has such a great story. So I'm not going to take any of your thunder away. Please tell us how you got started in Texit Coin, and that inspirational story that you've shared earlier.
Yeah, sure. I would love to. So my story starts, actually 5 months ago. It's exactly 5 months right now. And I got a phone call from a very good friend who is now a Texas Ranger. And he just said, Shar, do you trust me? And I was like, yeah, we're really good friends. Why wouldn't I trust you? And he said, because I'm going to put you in something. Didn't tell me what. I'm going to send you some videos and we'll talk about it later. Okay. I mean, you really have to trust somebody to do that, right?
Right.
I didn't even know how much I was putting in at the time. It's so funny. But anyway, then life happened. Okay. So I had some things going on physically for me, and it put me in a bad space for about the first month. So, but what was cool about it is I still got to see my coin grow every single day. So I was like, hey, I'm still making some money, right? Well, when I got better in my second month, I was like, I better get to work, because I was watching the videos and I was like, this is such an easy comp plan. Like anybody can do this. People, even who've never made money in any kind of network marketing, can make money here.
Nice.
And I'm seeing it happen every day, right?
Yeah, two of us right here are proof of that, because both of us have dipped our toes in several of these.
we can do it, anyone
Yeah,
can do it.
indeed. Indeed.
But that's an awesome thing to be able to say. So anyway, I got to work. My first check was like $2,000, and I didn't even work that hard, guys. After that, I started maxing out the comp plan, so $3,000 a week, and I was like, wow, right? And then my husband, my wonderful husband, had to have open heart surgery.
Oh, wow.
A major open heart surgery. So here I am. I'm out of town because I was in Largo, Florida for this. Okay, so I was a couple hours. I was close to you, Will.
Yeah, right across the bridge.
There's hotel bills, there's food
Sure.
bills. I have my 17-year-old with me, just a lot going on. But you know what? This business was so simple. I could sit in the hospital while my husband's sleeping, message people, call people, and I had a great upline support that if I needed to sign people up, because I didn't have my computer, I only had my phone, I could do it on my phone, but it's so much easier on a computer, right? So I had some help, and I was signing people up like crazy and helping my team at the same time. So if you can sit in a hospital room with a husband that you're taking care of, right?
Sure.
And you can build this business and start maxing out the comp plan while you're there, like over and over and over. It was amazing. And by the way, my husband's doing fantastic.
Wonderful.
Good.
So that's a great thing.
Yes.
But, what was really cool is I really wanted that 9 pack, right? I wanted
Okay.
that 9 pack because I was like, if I'm doing this well and maxing out every week,
Sure.
what would happen if I put 8,000 more in, right?
There
Because I
you
only
go.
started at 1,000. So guess what? I made plenty of money. So I went ahead and I put that in. I got the 9 pack. That gave me 2 extra miners. Okay, that's more coin every day, right?
Heck yeah.
And 2 extra pay centers. So now I can triple what I'm making, right? So within a month later, I was maxing out 2 pay centers. Okay, so that's $6,000 a week. And recently, I've been making about 2,000 in the other pay center, so $8,000 in a week, guys. And it's simple. And guess what? Because of what I deal with, I stay at home and do this. I'm not even out doing
Right
vendor
on.
shows. I'm not out meeting people right now. Simply have to do this from people I know on Facebook, people I've known in other businesses.
So, Char, let me ask you a question. You're talking about this work that you're talking about. And so,
Yes.
give us an example of how simple this is to get somebody interested in just at least to take a nibble and take a look at this.
Well, I can tell you, I've dealt with people that have been in some other crypto businesses, and guess what? They lost a lot of money, right?
Okay.
So a lot of those people, I either pick up the phone or I do a voice note, and I'm like, hey, what if I could show you a way to make back all your money that you lost? And I can do it, and it's so simple. Can I send you a couple of videos, and then let's get on the phone and talk about what you see? I'm so excited about this. And I'm going to tell you, I'm making money every day, and not just crypto. I'm getting money that I can put into my bank. I see it. I'm not waiting a year for it. So I just say real simple things. And then if
Sure.
they don't get back to me right away, I literally send them pictures of my paychecks,
Nice. Look at you.
pictures of my coin coming in all the
Okay.
time. Just that proof of concept, right?
Yeah,
And guess
absolutely.
what? Money always talks.
Oh,
It
it
always
sure does.
talks.
If you
And
want
I
to get
tell
someone's attention,
people,
money will do it.
right. And I tell people, hey, if you don't have a story, use mine. Use
Beautiful.
my
Love
upline.
that.
Use somebody else's story and just say, hey, I'm on my way. I have help
Right.
from so and so,
And
right?
excitement is relative. I mean, you can be really excited, a little bit excited. They're both excitement, and people love to hear excitement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a lady on my team that she still can't explain to you what we do. But boy, can she get people on the phone and be like, I'm so
Beautiful.
excited. You know what I mean? And she's bringing people to the table and they're like, I don't even know what she's talking about, but it must be good because
But
it
I
got
want
her
some of that.
excited. I want some of that. So, yeah, it's awesome. It's so much fun. This is a fun business. You know what I mean? And
It really is. And you know, to me, one of the things that I've had success with is just bring up something. Hey, I just mined, or I'm up to X amount of coins. And they're like, what
yeah,
do you mean? I said, oh, it's Texit Coin, and when I started, it was $1.30, 35, and it's up to almost $6 right now. Really?
yes.
And that's enough of the curiosity there to then, to your point, guys, really important here that when you're talking about getting somebody interested in the program, when you first mention it to them, that's not the time to sell them. That's the time to get them interested, get them curious, get them
Yes.
wanting to hear more, get them maybe doing a quick daydream in their head and go, wow, imagine, well, now tell me more. And then
Yes.
to your point, Char, now you have that conversation. And in some of our cases, Chris is great at selling this opportunity. So, if I'm talking to somebody and it's going so, I said, tell you what, let's jump on a call with my friend Chris. He's the one that turned me on to this and
That's
and
right.
and hear what he has to say. And so, tell us, about your experiences when it comes to, like you said, using that network and how that's helped you out and how we should build a network here to help each other out and grow this thing together.
Oh, we definitely want to build a network. And it's really cool that you would reach out to me because you and I don't make money off of each other, right? We don't.
Correct.
We
Right.
don't. But guess what? We're in a community of people.
Right.
And if we can help each other change their life, learn something new, right? That they can take out into the community and say, hey, I know how to help these people now. I know how to help these people now.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, one of my favorite things in this community right now is the fact that I'm helping others change their lives, that I'm seeing
Right.
other people get checks now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It makes me more excited than my own
Sure.
paycheck. Do I like my own
Absolutely.
paycheck? Of course. But boy, do I feel good when someone says, I maxed out 2 comp plans. Guess what? I can go pay off this debt now. I can go purchase a boat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can start putting money away for a down payment on a house. Those are the things that are so like exciting to me. You know what I mean?
No, it
So,
really is because when somebody and to your point, you can see that, you can hear it in their voice when that happens, when they get that first check, and
oh yeah,
it's that aha moment, and
oh
it's, because they're coming into this like everything else in the social media world. There's, thousands of, oh, it's a scam, oh, it's a scam,
yeah,
and so there is blind faith. I saw a Mike Healy video, and he said, you bring this up to somebody and go, hey, how's it going? What have you been up to? And I said, man, I this and that, but I'm really excited about this opportunity that I've been making some great money on this. And what are you doing? Well, we're doing this crypto stuff. Oh, that's a scam. Okay, well, anyway, and just change the subject. I'm not going to battle that person. That you're trying to keep water from washing out at the beach. It's not
yeah.
going to happen. Let it go. There's plenty of others out there. You
There's
know.
a lot of others out there. I'm
Mhm.
like, next. Go
Yes, exactly. Ain't nobody got time for that right now. This is,
Here we
somebody
go.
else will, and you can come back and be like, well, hey, told you, you had the chance. So that's the part that I really love about this. And then again, uh, tonight we want to talk about the compensation, and you're going to help us to understand that, because it's a unique compensation program in the sense that, is it network marketing? Well, certainly you are networking with people, but it's not in the traditional network marketing where you have to constantly be buying a product every week or every month in order to feed the people above you. It's not even to feed yourself, it's to feed somebody else above you. And that's the stuff that we're used to, going way back to the days of Amway. I mean, I did Mona V, the juice. I mean, I've tried them all. And but as soon as you stop buying that magical juice, it really didn't make me feel all that good, to be honest. And that was $120 a month. I stopped doing that, and guess what? There was no money coming in anymore. And the people above me suddenly dropped me like a hot potato because I wasn't producing for them. And so, you know, fortunately, Chris approached this from the standpoint of crypto and asked, "Hey, do you do crypto?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've delved in it. I'm always interested in that, an opportunity." And that's when he explained it to me. Later on, the networking came in, and when I learned that, I was like, holy cow, this is, wow, really? I didn't believe him until, honestly, until just a few weeks ago that I watched another video, and I was like, dude, you really weren't lying about that, those points, that people can place points under you and you get credit for it. So tell me your thoughts on the compensation plan. And you, of course, has been in some network marketing opportunities as well before. And what were your thoughts when you saw this?
I just thought it was so simple. I mean, honestly, I've seen people work networking companies, for years and never make $1,000 check.
Right.
Ever, ever. And so simple because if you bring $3,000 of business in one side of your business and 3,000 in the other, and it doesn't even have to be all you. You know what I mean? It's a community build. They will pay you $1,000. You tell me another company out there right now that somebody can do that amount of work, have help doing it, right? And
Yes.
make $1,000. I mean, the big thing in network marketing is, hey, how would another $500 change your life, change your family? Most people
Sure.
never even hit the 500. Where I've
Correct.
seen people come in here and they're like, oh my goodness, Shart, how did I get 9 points? How did I get 12 points on
Right.
one side of my business? And now I can just go and match the points on the other side.
Yeah,
It's a
it's great to
beautiful,
get that notification and all of a sudden see, wow, I just got more points here, and I didn't even pick up the phone. Now that teaches me that if I pick up the phone, we can do even more of those, because there is something here. And Chris, explain, if you could please. There's a requirement in order to do this. You do have to actively participate as well. You can't just buy a node, cross your arms, sit back, and all of a sudden people are going to dump people below you, and you're going to make money. Not going to happen.
Right.
You have to earn the right to do that. Explain how that works, Chris.
Well, I'll start from the kind of where when I introduce compensation with Texit Coin, this is what I always say. There's actually three compensation programs. And I say the first one, everyone gets. No matter what, if you sign up, you get coins every day. You get a share of the total mining operation. So let's be really clear. Everyone gets that. And it doesn't matter if you sign anyone up or not, if you recruit anybody. So you're getting coins for the next 135 years. And whoever holds that cold wallet you have is going to get those coins. So you can leave that to your kids, to whoever you want. Okay, next thing is they call it the 1-2 free program. So you sponsor 3 people. Now these are 3 people that you tell about the opportunity, and they come in and you get a free mining node or seat or whatever you want to call it, hash power. And so if you do that in your first month, you get double. So if you sign up for one, you bring 3 people in, you get 2 more, you've tripled your mining power in a pretty short order.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And you can keep doing that forever. As long as you keep getting 3 people in every month or every 30 days, you're going to get double. But even if you don't, you miss that 30-day window, you're still going to get 1 every time you sign up 3 people.
Correct.
And when I say sign up, I say, here's my promise to everybody under me. If you get them interested to where they'll do a 3-way call or a Zoom or whatever with me, I will take it from there. And if we get them in, they're your sponsorship. I'm not going to come in. I got plenty. Trust me. I'm here for you. Okay. So that's my promise to my people. And then that carries over to what Char was talking about, the point system. 3 on the left, 3 on the right. You get $1,000, or you can get free mining power. So you can take your reward in either one. Personally, I'm accumulating mining power because, as you mentioned, I got a good job. I got a paycheck coming in every 2 weeks, and I don't need it right now. So I'd rather have it for the rest of my life.
Sure.
So I'm accumulating those coins every day through my mining operation. All right. So what you were talking about, Will, is the commission potential, and the way that works is if
And they
you
refer to that
don't.
as cash potential on the website,
It,
on your
It
dashboard.
used to be called cash potential. The newer people, the people that will sign up now, it'll be called commission potential. And
Okay.
so to either get the free mining nodes or the cash commission every week, you actually have to bring somebody in. You have to bring people in to get money out. And when I say that, keep in mind, when I say get money out, I'm not talking about the mining. That's a whole different thing. But if you don't recruit people and get a few people in, you're just mining. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want to earn more mines or you want to earn some money and you can get some names and get some people interested, just forward a video to them or get them to talk to me, get them to talk to Will, and they sign up, you're earning more, whatever it is. You're earning more nodes, you're earning more USDC. And I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Or you
And
want to add anything?
no, just wanted just to clarify something. So what Chris is referring to is that when you sign somebody up, and this whole point system, what we're talking about here is every node that somebody buys in is worth a point. Every $1,000 is worth a point. Okay, you can buy from 1 node all the way up to 9 nodes. 9 nodes, of course, would be 9 points. So every time somebody signs up, depending on how much they sign up for, those points that they get or they earn because of their sign up, those go to you in your lower legs there. And that's what you're trying to accumulate in order to get this payout. In fact, I'll throw it up on the screen here so we don't have to have you guys guessing what exactly we're talking about here. But so again, each node is worth 1 point. When Chris signed me up, I signed up with 3 nodes. I bought 3 nodes, so automatically there was 3 points on one of his legs. On the other leg, he could have 3 people with 1 point each, 1 person with 3. It doesn't matter the combination, but again, each node is worth a point. And the idea is to get the equal amount of points on both sides, both legs. And then based on that, if it's 3 points on each side, you get 1,000. 6 points, you get 2,000. 9 points, you get 3,000. Now, what we're talking about with this cash potential or this commission potential, I have to actually sign that person up below me. They have to be a sponsor of mine. I bring them in. If I put them in and they buy, let's say, 3 nodes, they have 3,000, 3 points. They bought in $3,000 worth. I get $3,000 worth of potential commission to come out of that. because it's based on the amount of money you're bringing in. Now, I don't have to use that all in a week. Right now, I look at my account here on my dashboard, and I'm sitting on 13,000 cash potential because I've signed up a lot of people, and recently I haven't brought in people on left and right side, in that weekly period there. But let's assume this week I get 6 points on both legs. There's $2,000 commission I get. It'll come off of that $13,000 commission potential of mine. So that'll drop down to 11. Once it gets down to zero, then I can't make any more money on these commissions until I start enrolling people myself. So really, I could at this point take a break, do nothing. Chris could sign people up. Shar could just say, hey, you know what? I got somebody in Tampa. I'm going to put them under your name, even though, again, it doesn't impact her whatsoever. But those people will get me points enough to make money for me until I use up that cash potential or that commission potential. Okay, so keep that in mind. But Shar, do me a favor. Explain, the concept of again bringing people on, right? You have to have it one in order to get the compensation. You have to at least sign one person up and bring them on, and build up that cash potential. But then I can put people in. Anybody else in my team, upline or downline, can put people in there, and that counts towards me. Correct?
It does count towards you, and that's why a binary works so well for this company, because as a sponsor, we do have to bring people in, and we help build that community side of the leg, but then they have that opportunity to bring their personal people in on the opposite leg, and once they match the points on each side, that's when they're going to get paid. And so they must bring in new people. I love what you said, that, hey, you could take a break, right? Because you got cash potential. I'm really fortunate right now. I have, I think, 49,000 cash potential right now, and I'm still taking my cash out every week. I want to be able to do
Heck
do
yeah,
more loads, and that's going to come in the future here. So I
sure.
have plans for that. But
Well, and to your point earlier, how you had to be, at one point you were helping your husband out who's in the hospital. So
yeah,
sometimes things happen, things get in the way, and you may not have the opportunity for the next 2 or 3 weeks to work on something. I mean,
that's right.
heck, I might be going on a cruise, and that's a week that I'm not going to be selling. Well, actually, I probably will be on the ship, but
Of
I
course you
could
will.
take a break, and
I'm
and Chris
I'm
could
on
sit there.
vacation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And that's the beauty of this program. As long as you have earned the right to earn commission by personally sponsoring people, others can work with you and help your team grow. And then you turn around and return the favor. Next month, Chris is going to be on vacation. Hey, I'll put a bunch of people in because they're going to be under me, which means they're under him. He's going to earn his points, and he's going to get paid for previous efforts. And that's where this earnings opportunity really blows me away. And I'm not kidding you. Ask Chris. There was several times I was like, dude, there's no way this could be right. I've done these network marketing. There's no way that I can sit and do nothing and earn money off of somebody like that. There's no way, but it's happening, and the one caveat is, of course, that commission potential. Every
yeah,
so often, stay active, bring somebody in, and like Shar said, it's just as simple as, hey, what have you been up to these days? Nothing, man. I'm really excited about this Texit Coin opportunity, and here, let me send you this video. Take a look at it. And if you're interested, give
right.
me a call. It's
And
that easy.
personally, I don't want my cash potential to go to zero. I want to keep it up
Right.
there, and I always suggest that people try to keep it as high as they can, because you don't know when life's going to happen. What if I had another
Correct.
life moment? I need
Yes.
it a month away. I can still earn all of the money that I'm typically earning not working.
Right.
Which, where does that happen? Can you tell me that?
Exactly. I mean, the Aflac duck doesn't even give that much. I don't think.
No, no.
No.
Honestly, it really is, and it's that kind of opportunity which is turning on a lot of people that are finding this opportunity and going, "Hey, I definitely want to get involved in this." One things I have recognized is there's a lot of people that I think that are coming into this, bringing in their network marketing group from another network marketing opportunity because they see the potentials here. If you know somebody that is in network marketing, this comp plan, they will be buzzing when they hear it because there is nothing like that in the network marketing world. All those other plans, like I said, Amway, you have to be buying that soap and deodorant and whatever else every week, or you do not get paid, and the people above you don't get paid. But if I don't do anything for the next 2 or 3 weeks, Chris is still going to get paid off of his efforts and other people's efforts, and vice versa. Right. And that's what makes this such an appealing opportunity here. Now, Shar, you mentioned something also that when you got in with one. And of
Yep.
course, based on the compensation programs and how you quickly were able to earn enough to then get that 9 pack. One of
Yes.
the things that the 9 pack brings you is the business centers. And
Yes.
really, what a business center is, if you look on the diagram here, it says the icon in yellow, that's you. Okay. That's one business center. Okay. When you buy these 9 packs, explain how that works and why you're able to really go far and above that compensation plan.
Oh yeah. So what they do is when you get the 9 pack, it depends. If you do it right away, you get your pay centers right underneath your top spot. Okay. If you do it a little bit later, it will go at the bottom of your business. But I'm going to tell you what, it's really not going to matter, because if you're continuing to grow and if you're helping other people, learn how to bring in people and how to train, then they're going to be doing it too. And I can build the same business over and over 3 different times with 3 different pay centers. And those 2 pay centers also always help me get that top spot getting paid every single time. It's going to get paid every single time. So, and
And
they do allow you to put those pay centers where you want them also, as long as they're towards the bottom. You can do 2 on the right, 2 on the left,
Mm,
or 1 on each side. They let
sure.
you choose how to do that. So, whatever works for your business, that's where you're going to place those people. It just might have to be towards the bottom of your business, but that's okay too, because now guess what? You can build under all the people
Right.
that you built in already, right? And now
Sure.
you can help them
And in
earn
no time, that bottom of your business is now becoming the middle part because there's a bunch of stuff
exactly.
going below that already quickly.
Exactly. Because you don't even have to work the top one anymore. Now you
Right.
can come and just work the other two. And
Yeah.
now you can triple dip, right? Now your family's really making some money. And you can also decide, do I want this pay center to just get hash? Do I want this pay center to get Texit Coin,
Look at
right?
that.
Or do I want to take the
That's
cash in
the
there?
key right there.
Yeah. So you can
That's the
go
aha moment right
that
here, Shar.
off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the aha moment. Because
Yes.
think about it, and that's something that I bounce around a couple of times when when I make my commission for the week. I'm like, okay, do I want to take it in cash, which is not really cash, it's actually in crypto, or do I want to take it in hash, which is basically more mining power? Okay, you're in essence adding another node, okay, as if you were buying one. So there's some weeks that I'm like, hey, I got some bills I got to pay, or I got to take care of something here, so I want to take it in money. And there's other weeks where I'm like, I'm good, let it keep growing. Like Chris says, just keep adding miners, and then, you know, 20 years from now, you're going to be really happy that you're producing coins off of so many different nodes and miners. But like Shar's saying, with having multiple business units, you can have one giving you the cash you need. So you got spending cash every week. You show people, hey, look, every week I'm getting cash. And at the same time, you're still growing your nodes and you're growing your mining opportunities for that future growth. So, man, I love that concept. That really, to me, outside of the 2 extra nodes you get 9, you get 2 more, you get 11. But outside of that, those 2 business centers, when you put it that way, is really appealing to somebody that's like me, that's on the fence. Do I want the money? Do I want the mining power? Well, this is the best of both worlds there.
both.
Definitely. I
Yeah,
mean, if you think about it, that top spot, if you're making $3,000 a week, yes, you get it in crypto. You have to cash it out. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's not that difficult, because when you want the money, you're going to learn real quick how to do it, right?
Yes.
But
Yes,
then
indeed.
that equates to $12,000 a month. Okay. A
it's
lot of
nothing to
people,
sneeze at.
yeah, a lot of people, their jobs don't pay them that.
Correct.
It's not something, and I'm basically retired. This is the only thing I do. I'm in my
Yeah.
60s and I can't do hair anymore. That's what I did for 40 years, and I own salons, and I had to work really, really hard for my money, right?
Right.
And where I can come here, get that top spot really solid, right? Make $12,000 a month, and then basically turn the rest of it into either hash, which is going to build me up, or
Sure.
sometimes take it out in Texit Coin so you can just build that up too. So you have options that I love. I mean, there's a lot of businesses you don't get any options, you know?
No kidding.
So it's a beautiful thing. You can decide, and you can decide from week to week.
Yep,
It's nice too.
absolutely.
If you
And
have
remember, guys, we have people that are doing this not just here in the United States. We have people in New Zealand and Australia. Texas Coin was just at a huge, huge event in Thailand a few days ago. So making a big push out there as well. So guess what? And Chris can certainly attest to this because he's in the airline business. This guy's all around the world all the time anyway. But if he decides one day, hey, you know what? I think I'm just going to kick back over here in Tahiti. Hey, you get your coin wherever you have, as long as you have access to the internet from somewhere, you can get access to your coins and your money. So it really isn't something that's, it's kind of hard to switch gears and understand. I'm not really making US dollars. I mean, I'm comparing it to US dollars because I live here in the United States. But the truth is, I'm making a currency that can be traded anywhere in the world at whatever the best price is that day. And that's, you don't often get that even with the dollar as strong as it is. So that's again one of these advantages of getting into these digital currencies. So yeah, man, I'm telling you, there's so many reasons to be excited about this. Char, let me ask you this: what was your most challenging conversation with somebody that you were able to be like, wow, I can't believe they actually bought it? Not bought into this because we don't want you to think that this is, but somebody that really just is, my
That
brother,
you
for example, I
eventually
can
signed
push and
up.
push and push, and that guy will never buy. But what was your secret to one of those?
Well, I don't know if it's a secret, but I am speaking right now with someone who just told me that they're going to go ahead and come in with a 9 pack, and they in the past have been a huge network marketer, just thousands and thousands of people in their downline. He's really burnt out. He doesn't believe in the comp plans anymore. He's just, he was just over it. But I reached out to him anyways. I just felt like, what can I lose? You know what I mean?
Right.
All I can say is no. And
Correct.
he ignored me at first. He ignored me,
Okay.
but I kept going, and I kept telling him, because now, honestly, hopefully, I can say what I've made in commission so far. But I'm at about 75,000 in
And you
commission.
joined when?
That's in 4 months because my
Wow.
first month I didn't do anything. So in
Wow.
4 months I've done 75,000 right now. And so,
Fantastic.
I had to start throwing out the numbers because this guy's made a lot of money. And I'd be like, maybe this isn't a lot for you, but I didn't make this kind of money in network marketing, and I'm
Right.
making it here. If I can make 75,000 in 4 months, what can you do? What can you do?
Certainly.
And he really kind of said, I'm really not interested in the network marketing side. But I have a lot of friends that have a lot of money and need a place to put it where it can grow. And
Mhm.
so he wanted me to speak to that part. So I really did. We went into that. I got him on a 3-way call because you know what? I can explain all of this, but there's a power in a 3-way call.
Sure.
Always a power. And I always put a man with a man, and it was a
Okay.
gentleman,
Right
right?
on.
So I put him on with my good friend Thomas, who's a Texas Ranger, and they had an hour and a half conversation in front of me.
Fantastic.
By the end of that, and all the things that I showed him, he ended up calling me back and he said, I was only going to put a couple thousand in, maybe three, but I think I should do the nine. And I'll tell you why. Because I say I don't think I want to build now, but I want to set myself up for the future in case I change my mind. And so he's going to go ahead and get those 3 pay centers. But it was difficult because you can feel like you're not good enough. Like someone doesn't
Sure.
want to join you because like you haven't made the money they've made. But you know what? When they see that you're consistent and that you're growing yourself and that you tell them, I can show you how to do this. And even though you've done network marketing better than I have, I guess what? I get to learn from you too. So allow
Sure.
me to help you in this. And then I'm going to take all the golden nuggets I can get from you in return. So,
Amen to that.
yeah.
And what's really cool also that I've noticed with this plan, the Texit Coin Opportunity is a and I don't like to use the word three-headed monster. It's a three-headed beast in that obviously just the passive mining, you're mining a coin that we all wish we were at the early stages of mining Bitcoin when you could actually bring in a couple of coins and then 10 years later it's worth thousands of dollars. We're in that place now. So just that excitement alone is enough for a lot of people to go, hey, I'm in. In fact, a friend of mine wants to do just that. But then you have that opportunity to pivot. If it's somebody that is into network marketing, has a network marketing group, you can again show them that this is a much easier comp plan, easier to accomplish, easier to sustain, because that's the other thing. Network marketers, you get a taste of early success, and a lot of times they throw some bonuses in there, right? It gets you really happy, you're excited, like, oh my God, this is working. But then 3 or 4 months later, you're like, man, I keep spending, $100 a month on buying this, buying that, and I'm not bringing the money in all of a sudden. And that's this one doesn't have that as long as you're just saying, hey, check this out, right? But then you have that third piece, which is somebody that's not a network marketer, is not a miner, but is into the crypto world or into the crowdsourcing world and says, hey, here you have an opportunity to jump into something new, to be a part of something new that when it grows, you benefit from it exclusively. And that's something that I think we underplay it a lot here with the Texit Coin Opportunity is Bitcoin doesn't have that exclusivity. You can go in right now. I can go onto Amazon and buy a miner, cost $40. I'm probably never going to make but about 25 cents off of it, but I can do that. And they're going to stretch that out and stretch that out. And more people are going to have to buy more expensive equipment and they're going to get less reward out of it. Whereas we here have a limitation. There's a ceiling to that, right? When we reach that number, there's no more miners coming in. Now just the group that's in there is going to get the full benefit of those coins. So you really have a lot of different ways of presenting this to somebody that's not just a crypto opportunity. It's not just a network marketing opportunity. It's not just a crowdfunding opportunity. It really is which glove fits, right? Have that conversation, understand who they are, and then, which is what Chris did with me, right?
That's
Chris,
good.
go ahead.
That's good. And I tell you, the network marketers who are really more interested in this are the ones that care about the team. The
Right.
ones that care about the team, where they've gone to the top, they've made all the money, but guess what? Nobody on their team's really making anything.
Yeah.
Those network marketers are the ones that like, hey, this is a great place. It's a fair playing field, right? Where anybody and everyone has that same opportunity to go out and make some money, even if it's $1,000 a month. That will change that person's lives. And they've not done that in network marketing. So the people that care definitely bring their people here. I
Yeah.
believe.
And Chris, you were going to add something to that.
A couple thoughts. One, we're talking about network marketing a lot, and I just want to reemphasize, I did not have success with network marketing. So if somebody keeps hearing us say the NW phrase there and goes, I don't want to get involved in this because I'm really not going to make that much mining, or I'm going to have to wait for my mining rewards, and I'm not good at network marketing. I was not good at network marketing. All I ever did was spend money to make other people money. I never made a dime in network marketing.
100%.
And I am killing it in this. Not like Char's killing it, but I'm doing really well.
There's different
And
levels of
I
kill.
throw my numbers out, but they pale in comparison. So I'll keep it to myself. I do have a lot of free mining power that I've earned.
But you're still successful. You're still
No, I'm
successful.
killing it. I'm very happy with how I'm doing.
Yeah, it's
So,
amazing.
Will, you asked a question about, hey, can you tell me a story about somebody that that was really difficult to sign
Right.
up. So I have a coworker, and he's done a lot of crypto stuff over the years, and he basically came to the conclusion through kind of trial and error that there was only one crypto that was worth buying, and that was Bitcoin. So when I
Okay.
talked to him about it, he said, "Well, this sounds really interesting, but I've reached that point where I only see Bitcoin is the only crypto worth investing in any way, shape, or form." So I said, okay, well, just let me leave you with a couple thoughts. If you invested $1,000 today, because that's all you have to invest, what do you think that's going to look like in 10 years? And he thought about that, and I said, don't tell me, just think about it. And if you invested that and you were to collect Texit coin for the rest of your life, and this thing really did blow up the way we think it will, and I've got lots of reasons, and I'm not going to go over them now, what that could potentially turn into versus your risk versus your potential reward.
Yep.
Okay. And then a month or so later, I get a text from him. He's like, "Hey, Chris, I want to talk to you." I said, "Okay." Surprise. Whatever. We work for the same company. I thought he was going to ask me a work question. He said, "So let's just go over some of this Texit coin stuff again."
I love it.
And I said, "Okay." I got the time. And I shared it with him again. And he says, "Well, obviously I'm going to sign up." And I went, "Wait a minute. What? Obviously?"
When you least expect it.
Okay, cool. He's like, "Now what do I have to do?" And so I walked him through the process and signed him up. And I do it, with all my people, I do it on Zoom. I want them to see the process. I want it to be out there, completely transparent. I share the screen of whoever is signing them up, who is sponsoring them.
Right.
If they're on the Zoom, which is the ideal way to do it, they get them placed where they want. Everything happens fast. And then, the crypto, however that happens, whether I'm involved and they're paying me back, whatever it is, we share screens back and forth until we get them signed up. We get them logged into their dashboard right now, because why wait? And anyway, so everything was fine. I thought, okay, he's just going to mine, and that's the last I'll hear of it. And then a month or so later, he calls me up and he said, "Well, I said I was only going to mine. I got some
Here we
people I
go.
want to talk to about this. So let's revisit the comp plan now." So
That's awesome.
the beauty of this is there's a place for everybody in Texas Coin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if you
And the
don't
word
have
is getting out.
$1,000, what's that?
Word is getting out. It's getting put on more exchanges all the time. There's just another
Yeah.
exchange was just added yesterday, or I believe, and we're seeing the billboards. We talked about earlier the sponsorship of the sports team. So
Yes.
it's getting to the point where
It's going to
now
fill up
it,
fast.
absolutely the branding is there. People recognize it, and so those people that were kind of on the fence, maybe the little bit of I don't know if this is
Yes.
a scam or not. It's legit now. Scammers don't spend their hard-earned money on marketing and advertising. They don't
No,
promote sports teams. They don't put billboards at airports. Okay, that's somebody that has an intention of being here long term and wants to let people know, hey, we're here. Check us out. And I
we're here to
love
stay.
the way they do it because it's very subtle but powerful. Right? If you drive down the highway every day, you see the same billboards, and we all have our routes that we drive, and we see things that recognize all the time. But when you see a thing that has $1.35 and 4 or 5 weeks later it's at $5, you're like, man, what the heck is that? And by the fourth or fifth time of driving by, now you get to work and you're like, hold on, let me look that up, that Texas coin thing. And so, I mean,
Yep.
this is something that the company itself and part of what we're investing in there is coming back as a marketing return for all of us, right? That's going to really make it give it that legitimacy that we're after to differentiate it. Because Shar, last week when we started the show or the webinar, we started talking about you know a lot of the folks that we've been talking to. Chris and I were both born down in Panama along the Panama Canal when it was still part of the American era. It's no longer there, but a lot of us came up here to the United States, and thank God through Facebook, we've all stayed connected. And so when Chris turned me on this opportunity, we both are like, man, we got a big group we call ourselves Zonians, which is us from the Canal Zone. There's a big group of us out there on social media. There's a good 5 or 6, 7,000 of us out there. We have an annual reunion in Orlando where we get about 2 or 3, 4,000 people sometimes. So the market is there for this as far as a group that has that knowledge. And so when we started talking about it and talking and looking at this opportunity, you know you see that growth factor there, and then you see this community piece, and that's what appeals to me, especially with the people that Chris and I deal with a lot, because a lot of them are friends of ours that we've known for 40, 50 years. We grew up with them, right? And that's why we wanted to do this and bring somebody like yourself in here that can show, hey, trust me, guys, I don't know these guys, but I know what they're doing and they know what I'm doing, and we're all making some great money here. And you really should get involved in this. And that's what makes this really cool. Because when I reached out to Shar, I said, "Hey, I'm doing a webinar with Chris. We've got a group here. Would love to have your help, and if you could jump on and tell your story." And she's like, "Absolutely." Didn't hesitate, and I thought for sure she'd be like, "Well, I don't know, whatever." But and that's what this Texit Coin group is really all about. If you see any of the other videos out there and you see some of the get-togethers, they really, really do take care of each other. So anybody watching this that's in the Southwest Florida area that wants some help and you want somebody that's a great resource to you, there she is, Shar Prendergast. I got to remember how to pronounce that. Her info is all, it's been scrolling on the bottom throughout. There's her phone number, her email address. Reach out to her. She absolutely has a fantastic story. You bring people to her, she will get them signed up for you. She will help you out. So, guys, this is a great opportunity, but it's not going to last forever. Okay. There is an urgency here. There is a limited number of miners. And every day that we have one of these spikes, like we did last week or the week before, you're going to see suddenly those seats start to go away quick. So don't hesitate. But, Shar, we're getting ready to end this thing, but please give us your parting shots here and some words of wisdom there. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
No, first of all, thank you. And thank you for allowing me to promote a little bit for myself here. I mean, that's a great thing with Texas is we really are here for the community, and you're not threatened by that. I'm not threatened by you. We can just work together and help each other along the way. But I would tell people honestly, I don't see these seats lasting longer than a year, if that.
If that.
So you cannot waste time. And why would you want to let those coins not come into your wallet? Why would you not want those every single day right now? Why wait 6 months and take the chance of there not being any seats? Because we can't promise how long it's going to happen. The more people come in and bring more people, it's going faster and faster and faster. So I say, hey, you know what? Everything's always a risk. This is a very low risk. And for $1,000, I know people that spend $1,000 on silly things, right? And then they have buyer's remorse, right? Here, you're going to put it in, and a year from now, you're going to see something very different, and it's going to help you dream again. It's going to bring hope into your life, and it can definitely change your future. So I say, jump in, whether it's with Will, whether it's with Chris, whether it's with myself, find somebody, work with them, and get it done. You can do this. If we can do this,
amen to that.
So, yes.
Awesome. Well, again, Shar, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. It's been awesome to hear your story and what you bring to the table. And like you said, none of us here are pros at this, man. All we do is just talk to people, say hello, and say what we're doing, and give them that excitement. Right? Let them find out for themselves, and they will come back and they will look for it. Like Chris said, maybe a month later, but they're going to come back, right? Plant that seed, and it'll work for you. So, Shar, have yourself a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll be in touch and look forward to maybe doing this down the road again with you. And again, if you want to do anything, down in that Port Charlotte area, I'm happy to help out any way I can.
Oh, thank you so much. I would love that sometime. Let's do it.
Please take me up on it. I love to do this stuff. I have fun doing it. So yeah, take me up for it. I would love to help you out any way I can.
Okay, that would be wonderful. Thank you, guys. I appreciate everything you've done for me. Thank you for letting me be on your show tonight. And whatever I can do to help you, I'm here also. Okay?
You got it. Take care, Shar. We'll see you.
Thanks for coming, Shar.
All right. Good night.
And to everybody else, our plan is to keep doing this. So there'll be something every week. So invite your friends, but don't wait. Get a hold of one of us, one of the three of us, because when Shar said, it won't last a year, she meant from when it started. I legitimately think it could sell out by the end of the year because there's a lot of people getting free ones every week, and there's a lot of people signing up. And the more the buzz grows, the faster people are signing up, and it's going exponential. Don't wait. Why wait? I mean, come on, it's $1,000. If that's going to change your life, talk to me. We'll work something out. But most
Yeah,
everybody can come up with $1,000, right?
absolutely. And like Shar
And
said,
possibly,
you're talking low risk and high potential reward, you know, and even
yep.
that low risk. Okay, I got in at 3,000. I got in for 3 nodes, and fortunately, in about 6 weeks, I was able to recoup my investment through mining coins and through talking to other people about the opportunity and getting some people to join. But you know, start with one and just tell you. If you tell
Tell a
three
friend.
people in 30 days, that's not asking a lot. Okay, those three people join, you get not one but two free nodes. That's $2,000 worth of mining that you got for free. Now you're at that three pack point. Now you're mining with three nodes. And you keep doing this. You don't have to wait for the end of the 30-day calendar. If I sign up three people this week, guess what? At the end of that last sign up, calendar starts all over again. Now I have 30 days to get three more people on. So the sky is the limit. If you can talk to somebody and just be excited. Okay. Mike Healy has a great video. I'll share it in our different groups. And it was just a very short video. And all he did is like, I mean, verbatim, he says, hey, I'm really excited about this opportunity. It might be the new Bitcoin. It's really amazing what's going on here. And then just gauge their response. If they start asking questions, send them a video. Don't try and sell them. Send them a video, build their excitement, and then like Shar said, like Chris said, get a three-way call with somebody and we can go ahead and get them. Now they're really excited. Now they see something legit here. They see this team effort, this community effort, and it's much easier to get them signed up there. And next thing you know, like myself, I'm getting a phone call from Chris going, hey, dude, all you got to do is sign up one more person and look what you've got here. And I looked at my dashboard. I'm like, holy cow, this thing's actually working. Wow. And I haven't looked back since. You know, I'm really excited for this. Again, Chris, thank you so much for turning me on to this opportunity. It's been a really
My
cool
pleasure,
ride.
buddy.
It's only going to get better. But Chris, get us out of here. Give us some one of your parting shots, some words of wisdom here, so we can get out of here.
Oh Lord, do I have any words of wisdom left? I guess all I can say is just one last reminder. You know that I firmly believe in my heart. This is not financial advice, but I firmly believe in my heart that you will definitely make your money back. So there's basically nothing to lose here, but just think about what it could be. You know,
Yeah.
if it does what the founder Bobby Gray has, everything he has predicted has come true so far. So if
Mhm.
it keeps coming true, we're all going to make a lot of money, and that's why we're doing this. But right now, I'm doing this to help everybody else. I'm set, but
Yeah.
I'm here to help you. So help me help you.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, guys. Chris talked me into this. I would say talked me into this. He explained. He let me look at this and explore things. I watched a couple of videos and I said, yes, you know what? I'm going to try this. I would definitely want to check this out. And lo and behold, a week after I did this, what happened? I lose my job. And,
Yeah.
so I'm at a crossroads, but you know what? The Lord put me in a position where now I can say, hey, you know what? I'm going to dedicate more time to this Texit coin. Some other things that I do with my video production business now, which is doing well as in addition to that. But I'm a firm believer that these things all happen for a reason. Somebody puts you in a situation. Chris and I have known each other for many, many years, but we weren't like close friends. Chris graduated a couple years ahead of me, so you know. And in the last 3 months, we've become close friends, but it's through this opportunity. And so take advantage of it. When that signal hits you, it's for a reason, right? Take advantage of that opportunity, make the best of it. And if it doesn't work out, hey, you know what? It was a fun ride anyway, man. But if it
If
does,
you're on the fence, don't wait any longer.
yes. The fence is
You're
not a place to be, man. Definitely
no,
not. So
you're only passing up coins.
indeed. So anyway, guys,
All
listen,
right.
thank you so
All I
much,
got.
everybody. Appreciate having you on next week. Looking forward to another one. We're going to talk next week about how to have these conversations, how to engage somebody to learn how to talk Texit coin. And hopefully we'll have another guest to come on. Down the road, I'm also looking at an opportunity for. I saw somebody in one of the Texit groups that is teaching people how to trade because listen, once the mining opportunities stop, the people that are in, we're going to keep mining coin, but anybody else that wants to get into Texit coin now is going to be buying and selling the coin. So great opportunity to learn how to trade crypto anyhow, which is a valuable opportunity for you here regardless. So if you come across some extra money, I moved some money from Kraken this morning into Texit Coin because it was a good price. So keep moving it, keep buying that coin, guys, because it's going to pay off down the road. But anyhow, thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful week. Keep pushing that Texit Coin, and let's all get rich together, man.
Yeah. Share this video with your friends.
Yes, exactly. Anybody that you sent here, go back to them, guys, and give them a call and get signed up, man, and enjoy the ride, everybody. All right, guys, take care. See you guys.
Good night.